In southwest London, Sarah is on her way to see vet on the hill newcomer Michael with a tiny patient he's come to know well in recent months.
I've got Sarah coming in today with her guinea pig Jasper, who has what we think is an infection behind the eye, which is actually pushing the eye out of the socket.
It's gonna be okay. Good boy. Well done, little man. We woke up suddenly overnight to see that his eye was just looking really, really bad, just awful. It was a dramatic, shocking change.
Hi Sarah, how are you doing?
Hey Michael, I think we really need to get him in and see what we're doing about this eye.
Yes, the eye's not doing well then.
No, it's looking really horrific.
Oh, Jasper. Right, let's have a look. Come on through.
Thank you. We got Jasper as a rescue guinea pig, abandoned out of his litter because he'd been bullied and picked on by all the other guinea pigs, and we just took him home, and he's been part of the family ever since. He sits out on the sofa with us in the evening looking at things on the TV, and he's just fun. He's been part of treasure hunts, he's gone on holiday with us, and you know, he's just this amazing part of the family. Oh, Jasper.
Oh my God, Jasper, look at that eye.
Yeah, I mean, it's really horrific. I had to explain to the kids, they didn't just look at him and freak out, and we sort of call it his zombie eye.
I mean, I
and I presume this is some of the
see that?
Oh, you can touch it.
I can even touch it. He's not responding.
No, nothing.
All the nerve endings, everything is just completely cut off. Yeah. I'm a bit shocked. I just see this big, hard, dry eye sticking out the socket, and I'm just thinking, my God, that must be painful. That's not good. The most likely cause of this eye being pushed out is something called a retrobulbar abscess.
Right.
And this is when infection develops behind the eye.
Oh, Jesse.
It forms a pussy abscess, and that pushes the eye out the socket.
Oh, my dude.
The difficult thing is that it rarely responds to antibiotics. We can operate. It means taking out the eye. Obviously he can manage. You know, I have a one-eyed cat, Otto, who you see over there, and he is perfectly fine with one eye. So I think his quality of life will be much better without the eye.
But Sarah is concerned about surgery. Just 2 months earlier, Michael operated on Jasper's teeth. She's worried another general anaesthetic might be too much for the 5-year-old guinea pig.
Oh, Jasper, it's all right. We're gonna make it better, mate, okay? Good boy. Over the last few weeks, I've been spending quite a bit of time talking to the kids about Jasper and how he's gone downhill quite a lot. They know that Jasper might not get through today, but we don't want to give up on him just yet.
So I think the best thing that we can do today, just to see how serious it is to take an X-ray of his skull. Hopefully, if everything goes well with the anaesthetic, the enucleation, then he'll be a much happier guinea pig. I'm about 90% confident that what we're dealing with Jasper is a retrobulbar abscess, but until we take that X-ray, we can't actually confirm what we're dealing with. It could be something like a cancerous mass. You don't really know.
Right, Jazzy, you'd be super good, okay? We'll see you later. You got through the general for your teeth, so you can get through the general for this, okay? I told you he loves this basil, and you'll be back in the garden before you know it. And be good, okay? We'll see you in a little bit. Good boy. Okay, buddy.
Right, we'll see you later. Come on, boy. There we go.
In southwest London, Michael needs to anaesthetise guinea pig Jasper so he can X-ray him and assess the severity of his dysfunctional left eye.
Quick pinch. So with guinea pigs, anaesthetics are always a risk. They're just a lot more delicate. So sometimes the drugs that we use can just hit them a bit hard. So during the actual procedure, there's always the risk that they might just pass away. I think he's sleepy enough now, so let's take him through and get that X-ray. He's completely zonked. Hey, let's go. There we go, good boy. Okay, let's get this X-ray. There we go. This isn't good. Jasper has really bad dental disease. These molars here, which are in the skull, are meant to be nice and straight in his case because they weren't growing properly. This tooth here, this root, is right beneath where his eye socket is. And that's why we've now got this infection, this retrobulbar abscess, which is pushing the eye out of its socket.
With his diagnosis confirmed, Michael and Nurse Lucy proceed with surgery to remove the dangerously infected eye.
So what I'm going to do is try and get the eye out without rupturing it. So that's a very delicate process, and I have to be quite careful and slow, making sure that I don't rupture any big vessels. If I do rupture a big vessel, there'll be a lot of bleeding, and it's very difficult to actually stop that. It is so gory and gruesome. You know, you're literally cutting out an eye from the socket. There's blood, there's going to be pus, and in a guinea pig Jasper's size, I can't afford to lose any blood. That can be a death sentence. You happy with how everything's going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Nice and stable.
That's the best we can wish for. If the drugs are too strong, then basically that can affect the heart, and if the heart rate's too low, that can be life-threatening for them. Doing an anesthetic on any small animal, my stress levels go through the roof.
If it does look like there's a possibility that he could wake up, that can increase his anaesthetic agent, or there's other drugs we can give. It's just important to make sure that we're monitoring them constantly from start to finish.
A lot can go wrong at this stage. It is a high-risk situation, and we can't assume that he will come out alive the other end. As you can see here, I've cut away all the tissue that's holding the eyeball in a socket. There's just a tiny bit left here, so I'm at the point of detaching the eye. Oh, there's a bit of pain there, so there's a nerve. Do you want to pop another drop of Marcaine in there? Mm-hmm. So this is just some local anaesthetic to make sure that Jasper really can't feel anything.
In southwest London, Michael is about to take out the damaged left eye of 5-year-old guinea pig Jasper.
And I just have to make sure I'm happy, I know what I'm cutting, and that's all just more connective tissue. And there we go. That is the diseased eye. And all this white stuff in the socket is a lot of pus and infected tissue. I was kind of expecting to see this amount of pus, because when you saw how far Jasper's eye was being pushed out the socket, you've got to think, right, something's going to be beneath this eye that's doing that. So what I have to do is try and scoop out as much as I can. So you see that there, that's just pus. Get rid of all of this, because one of the complications of this type of surgery is if I don't remove all that infected tissue, when I close up the eye socket later on, that can just create more of an infection. There is a lot of infected tissue. It's really thick, so you can't actually wipe it away. You have to remove it physically in these lumps. So I'm feeling quite relieved at the moment, because finding this abscess basically confirms all of my suspicions, and it justifies why we're doing this surgery. So we've made the right decision for Jasper, which is great. Ooh, some nice pus there. Whenever there is pus, vets and nurses get maybe overexcited. It's just one of those satisfying things that when you get to express it, you're just like, oh, that's disgusting, but you can't stop looking at it at the same time.
I'm the same. I like the disgusting things. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a very squeamish person.
So I'm just going to try and flush out as much as I can with this saline. Yeah, that's looking good.
Jasper's eye socket is now free of infection.
Okay, so we're going to start closing up the eyelid now. Everything so far has been, pretty good. I'm very relieved. However, we're still not out the woods. Underneath the facade, I am quite worried. It is a race against time, because the longer that Jasper is under anaesthetic, the higher the risk of death. As much as I need to be careful about what I'm doing, I also need to be quite fast-paced and try and get this done so that we can wake him up. I think if Jasper pulls through, I will personally go to the shops and buy a big bag of his favourite food, which is basil.
In southwest London, Michael has finished the delicate eye removal surgery on Jasper the guinea pig.
Seems like everything's going well so far with the anaesthetic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything's been really stable, really happy with the anaesthetic throughout the whole thing.
Brilliant.
So now we just have to wake him up.
Yeah.
Michael and nurse Lucy are ecstatic their little patient, against the odds, has made it safely through the operation.
I think I'm very happy with how things have gone at the moment. However, we have to hope that he wakes up quickly so that we can get him eating again before Sarah comes to pick him up. So we're still holding our breath.
For owner Sarah and her children, it's been an anxious day.
You just sort of worry how the little guy's getting on. Keep looking at your watch, keep thinking, how's he getting on? Is he going to get through this? We've been joking we're going to get him like a little eye patch. One-eyed bandit boy, maybe he'll new career as a pirate or something.
Hey, you feeling okay? Oh yeah, he's starting to move there, which is great. Right now I'm really happy because we can see signs of life. He's starting to move, you can see a bit of a twinkle in his eye, so he's back in the room basically. Look who it is. There's your mom.
Oh, Jazzy! Oh, matey!
Moments like this are what I live for as a vet. You know, giving a sick patient back to the owner and just seeing their reaction. It's such a satisfying moment. It's what really drives me to do this every day.
Oh, good boy.
And then just let him chew it. Okay.
Oh.
So you might have to continue syringe feeding him a bit more once he's home. But to make things a bit easier for you, I did get a nice big bunch of fresh basil, his favorite thing. So yeah, he can munch on that later on when he's a bit more awake from the anesthetic. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to smell the basil? Please?
Oh,
no.
He wants it.
Okay. You want to smell it? You can eat some of that later on, okay?
Not right now. Jazzy. Little man. The best case scenario I think we could have hoped for, and that like he's come through it all, and it's a pretty massive operation. My daughter's going to be probably the happiest. It's her guinea pig. She's had him for 5 years now, and we'll get him home and get him eating his basil, and he'll be back out in the garden really soon.
Brilliant. Well, we'll see you soon then.
Yeah,
okay.
take care.
Right,
Thank you so much, Michael. Come
Bye,
on,
Jasper.
dude. Let's get you home. Off we go. Well done, Jazzy. Well done.